Good morning. I'm Stan Watson, former county commissioner and former state representative. We're here at the monthly community cabinet breakfast, which we started back in 1996 when I replaced Thurber Baker and became a state representative. Thurber became the attorney general. But we've been doing this a number of years now to provide information to our community, to make sure that our community is informed about what goes on and goes on around them. So we're going to make sure that we get information to the community. Myself, along with the Honorable Howard Mosley and Honorable Dewey McClain and Honorable Doreen Carter, we'll try to bring a lot of breakfast ideas to you and make sure it works. As you can see, we're taking the time now to feed our constituents free breakfast and make sure that they get an idea of what we can do. The breakfast is free, the information is free, and we want to make sure that everybody comes out and have a good time. The first Saturday of every month over at the Southwest DeKalb High School off of Kelly Chapel Road and Rainbow. So come on out, free breakfast, free information. We certainly appreciate it. Again, I'm Stan Watson, the founder of the DeKalb Community Breakfast. Thank you so much for being here.
Good morning. This is Doreen Carter, State Representative for House District 93 and a part of the Community Cabinet team, and we are here in Decatur, Georgia at Southwest DeKalb High School. It's Saturday, January the 7th, and we have an amazing lineup. We have Georgia Power here speaking with us. We're going to have Comcast. We've got the DeKalb Realtors here, and we're going to be honoring Ms. Lois Key, who is the new national president for the NCNW. And so if you haven't been to any of our breakfasts, we do them the first Saturday in each month at 9 o'clock. We have an amazing breakfast. As you can see, the food is good, and we always have great information. So I hope that you will plan to join us the first Saturday in February. We'll be right here at Southwest DeKalb. Thank you again for joining us. This is Doreen Carter, your state representative for House District 93.
Well, you know, I am Dewey McClain, one of the four hosts of the breakfast, and I want to say good morning to everybody. It's always great to be here on a Saturday morning. You could be other places, but we hope you're here this morning and over at Southwest DeKalb, enjoying yourself, having a little breakfast. It's a good breakfast. The breakfast comes from Kennerly, and I always tell people that it's a great breakfast, but it is a good breakfast. It's a good hot breakfast. And what I like to do is say, let's go, you know, and say hello to some folks that are coming in today, because that's, you know, how you all doing today? Good. I'm Dewey McClain. I'm one of the hosts, and what we're trying to do is,
Hey, what's going on?
how you doing?
I'm fine.
Well, you know, you don't have, you want to say that they're interviewing me, so they're not really they're going to interview you all. So what do you think? Where you been?
I have been helping out in my community, looking forward to this breakfast. I'm hoping now we can bring the community together. Oh.
Yeah, come on, give me yeah, there you go. Now you can have it.
So you wanted to know what have I been doing?
Right. What have you been doing?
I have been very active in the business community, helping small businesses start businesses, also standing firm for doing the right thing in our community, taking care of our seniors, our young people, and that is what we have to do. And we have to start holding our officials accountable so that we can get the type of quality of life that we truly deserve and that we want and that we're voting for. So we have to start changing things in order to get what we want.
I appreciate it. Well, tell the folks who you are for them, make sure that you tell them, not me.
Oh, okay. Well, hi, everybody. I'm Dr. Diane Daniels Adoma. I am a former council member and a former vice mayor. Currently, I'm an entrepreneur who owns my own business right in the city of Stonecrest.
All right, now. No, doctor. Well, see, I'd have messed it up. I would have said doctor.
You would not have.
I would have said Diana.
You would have said.
Yeah, the Diana Donuts. I know, but
I worked hard for that title.
I know it, and I want you to have it too.
I'm still paying on that title.
Hey, and I like that too. How you all doing today? Thank y'all for coming too.
I'm good.
Good. You come to the breakfast too?
I've been to every one Stan has had since he started this initiative, and I used to participate when in the former days.
All right, well, good. Well, I did too, but I wasn't elected then. I was just one of his good friends, and so all I had to do was just find money to help pay for the breakfast.
You're in District 100, though.
Yes, I'm House District 100. Yes, I'm a state representative for the last 11 years.
Good for you.
Yeah, well, thank you all very much. In some kind of way, I got piped into this, but I kind of like it, because you, right? Because I'm coming over to you two next. Yeah. So so what do you think about the breakfast?
I think it's great. I've been coming for years and years, and I hated the fact that he had stopped. But you know, things happen. But right now, he got my support and whoever I can get to come with me. Me and Charlene and get people to come to these meetings. I'm a native Georgian.
Okay.
I've been living in this district since 1979. So I'm here. I'm not going nowhere. They got to roll me out my house.
All right.
I'm good.
Hey, we love to have you at the breakfast. I tell folks it's a good breakfast.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and I do drive quite a ways for this breakfast. So thank you all for coming.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. You come to get him too? Yeah, how you doing, sir?
Good morning.
Good morning, how you doing? Thank y'all for coming to the breakfast. I'm Dewey McClain, I'm one of the hosts, and your name is?
I'm Larry Coles. I'm president of the Highlands at Hidden Hills Homeowners Association.
Okay, Larry,
Yeah.
we're glad to have you. So you coming to get some stuff with the breakfast, Larry?
Oh, well, come get some information.
Okay, Larry.
And breakfast is good, too.
Hey, there you go, Larry. I like that. And we're going to try to get more stuff at the table. But,
Okay.
they put us back in the back because folks said they wanted to eat on the table and not in their laps. Now,
Okay. I got you.
Thank you for coming, Larry.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Now, you pointed to him.
Yeah, get her.
You pointed to him. How you doing, ma'am? Good.
Well,
Good.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And welcome, Mr. McClain.
Well, thank you. And I know you once you pull your mask down. How you doing?
I am well. I thought maybe you didn't want to speak this morning.
Well, I didn't see you.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. Now,
And thank y'all for bringing everything to the community so that we can be informed on what's going on and how we can participate.
Well, and that's what we try to do because, I always tell folks an informed voter is someone that's educated and someone that'll vote the way that it should be voted, and they can take information back to their friends.
Correct.
Well, good.
And we thank you so much.
We thank you too. Appreciate you for being here. Thank you all. Okay, how you doing? I'm just going around talking to folks. They've got a cheap mic.
I'm looking for my food bank food.
How you doing, sir? Good to see you. You with her?
No, I'm just here.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, good. Well. I thought y'all was dressed kind of like, but it's okay. I know. Hey, how you doing? Okay. Well, could you tell the folks what you think about the breakfast?
Outstanding.
Outstanding.
Outstanding. I mean, listen.
Okay.
The more they are available to learn about. It's a place to learn, and whenever there's a place to learn, you need to take advantage of it. And this is done without any compensation to Stan Watson. So my hands, I wouldn't miss it. Bottom line, I wouldn't miss it.
Well, I'm glad you're here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dewey.
All right. How you doing, sir?
Oh, wonderful. I got that lifestyle. I got that chessboard over there.
The
You
chessboard over there?
See those pink? See that pink chessboard over there?
Yeah. Uh-oh.
I changed the color because you gotta be fresh. You gotta
be fresh, huh?
Yeah, you gotta.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some people, but I'm glad you're at the breakfast. We've got a chessboard over there, so you teach folks to play
I teach
chess?
young people to put brains before bullets. I stop the violence. Stop the violence. No fighting. Human life has value. I love Stan Watson. Stan Watson and I go back 20 years. I'm living my dream because of Stan Watson.
All right, well, thank you very much. And your name is?
Orin C. Hudson, and the C's for checkmate. Checkmate means you win. It's not over until you win.
All right, Orin. Thank you. We're glad to have you here. All right, Orin. Casey, how you doing, big dog? How you doing? Boy, look at here, boy. What's going on, baby? And how you doing, man? You come get you some breakfast too, or you just come hang out with Stan? Both. Okay. Well, now, how long you been doing this breakfast?
I've been with Stan probably since 2005.
2005? All right then. Come on in there, man. He's just interviewing the people that come to the breakfast.
This is my brother.
Okay.
From another mother.
Hey, brother, from another mother. I'm Dewey McClain. How you doing?
Eddie Laverne Jr.
Eddie, how you doing? Eddie Laverne Jr. Yes. All right, go ahead. Get it then. Glad to have you here, man.
Oh, definitely.
Are you gonna sing? No, just kidding.
No. That's my daddy. I leave that to my daddy.
I love it.
His daddy and his brother, his brother.
Yeah, well, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Bless his soul.
Yes, amen.
Everything like that. When we do business together, we running thick as thieves.
Okay. All right, now they interviewing you. We're telling you that you're thieves now because we all on tape. What's going on? Whoa,
Hey, but you know what we really doing?
Right.
We pushing for Rosa Parks to be the first woman in America to have a national holiday. We're gonna be at the Capitol
on February 6th with Senator James.
Okay.
It's in the second year of the celebration.
All right.
That's right.
Hey, well, I'll be there too. Come on down.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So we're gonna
Thank you.
We'll talk with you.
Thank y'all very much for coming to the breakfast.
All right now.
Good. How you doing? It ain't about you want to be, you know. I just want you to. So how you been doing? How long you been coming to this breakfast?
Oh, forever.
So forever since 1997.
Almost.
You can tell the truth. It's okay.
It's okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So what do you think about the breakfast?
Oh, I think it's a fantastic idea for the community to have this breakfast and also to get people involved so they can ask questions about what is going on if they're concerned. But I think y'all should continue it, and I'm glad it's back.
All right. Thank you very much for coming too. You see you.
There you go. He coming back.
I won't get him. Yeah. Oh, I'm going again. How you all doing? Good, y'all. Good morning. How y'all doing? Happy New Year. Thank y'all for coming to the breakfast. I know y'all way back, and I know that you all are part that we got the tables because them seniors say they got tired of holding them plates in their hand. They want to sit down. So how long y'all been coming to the breakfast?
This is my first time coming here.
This is your first time coming here?
Yes.
Okay,
it is.
super. But so how did you hear about it?
Well, I've known about it. It's just that I've had other obligations on Saturdays when you all have it.
Okay.
And so a friend of mine who is on our board of my nonprofit told me that you all were having it today. So that's how I made it.
Well, thank you for coming. We appreciate you coming. I'm Dewey McClain. I'm one of the hosts. So I'm trying to just get out and say hello to the folks and thank you all for coming. My pleasure. And if you got some people that know how to play chess or want to learn how to play chess, go and see them. How are you doing, ma'am?
How are you this morning?
Hey, lady, how you doing? Good to see you, man. No mask will kill me. So how you doing?
I'm doing good, lady.
Well, I know you've been at the breakfast for a while.
Oh, many years.
I know, baby.
I don't know how far back, but I've been a year.
Yeah, yes it has. It's good to see you.
Well, it's good to be seen.
Yeah, yes it is, because I'm missing some of my folks because, losing Cleo last week.
Oh, man, you see I got my jacket on today.
Yeah, I see.
Got my jacket on. See my jacket?
Got her mark. Oh, yeah.
I was there.
Yeah, you were there.
I've been there, been done
Yes,
that.
you have, baby. And I appreciate you.
I have to sit down and rest with
Well, you can come sit down with us at the stage. We got chairs for us. Okay? All right? How you all doing? Thank y'all for coming to the breakfast. I mean, you all are just sitting here at the breakfast. Is this y'all first time at the breakfast? This is y'all third time? This is y'all fourth time? What about you? Oh, so you all support way back when? Well, some of y'all I've known from way back when. And I want to say thank y'all very much for coming. What we're trying to do is make sure that everybody knows about the breakfast. Everybody can ask any questions about the breakfast, and everybody can.
Good morning. Let's get started this morning.
Well, I guess so. I guess. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Yes, I am. Okay, well, I guess I need to go, y'all. Thank you all for coming. Hey, KC, see you.
Ask Mr. McClain to come on and have a seat.
How you doing?
Thank you so much. We'll go ahead and get started. Again, good morning. We're going to breakfast and get started. Agenda so we can get out of here on time. Remember, it is a breakfast meeting, not a lunch meeting. Again, I'm Stan Watson. We'll ask the greetings to come from our cabinet members this morning. We'll start with Mr. Howard Mosley, Honorable Howard Mosley.
Good morning.
Come on, y'all, wake up.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I got to do like that. Yeah, it's okay. Good morning. It's great to see you all.
Good morning.
I think we need to go ahead and just back on.
No, we're right.
We good. No, thank you. Thank you all for coming out. We again want to invite you out to our community breakfast. We want to make sure that we're bringing trusted, valuable information to our community. We're glad that you're here today with us, and we look forward to the great presenters that we have today and continuing to bring this information back to our community. So with that, I'm going to turn this over to my former colleague, my good friend, somebody who was a headhunter on the Atlanta Falcons. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Dewey.
Hey. Come on now. I interviewed you all. You all gonna be on TV. KC, what? They gonna be on TV, aren't they?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. All right, I had to put my mic down. Good morning. How you all doing? Glad you all are here today. I know there's a lot of things going on, and you all could be many other places other than here, but we're glad that you're here. You know, when Stan started this years ago, I was part of it, and I've always tried to be part of it because I believe in the information that he's given the community, and I believe that the information that you all can share with your constituents or your neighbors or whatever, I mean, that's how it grows, and that's how it should grow. So thank you all for being here, and I look forward to this every okay, I sure don't know what was I doing way out there. Okay, so not gonna start over. But what I am going to do is say that I am glad to be here, and I'm glad that you're here, because hopefully we can get a chance to have more folks coming. This is our first time being in this area since we started the breakfast spot. But I know that you all are going to enjoy it because y'all got a place to put your plate. Okay. Okay? Other than in your hand, like you looked before. So with that in mind, what's next on the agenda is we're going to bring up the color guard, and I am going to do the Pledge of Allegiance, and you all too, because we're getting ready. Session is going to start Monday, so when it starts on Monday, every day, the Pledge of Allegiance. Everybody stand.
Breathe, David. Color.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Read. Cut. Ready. Cut. Order. Cut. Ready, cut, color guard, fall out.
All right, ma'am. Hoorah. All right. Thank you all. Okay. All right. So my next person that I'm bringing up is also my sweet mate, and someone that I have a lot of respect for, and has great integrity and at the Capitol, and she has a lot of people's ears, and that is Representative Doreen Carter. Honorable Doreen Carter. Hey, we can't have no fun, we in trouble. That's right.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, wow. Good, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I get to say that for a few more weeks, especially if I haven't seen you all year, I get to say that. So again, welcome to our monthly breakfast. This has been an amazing opportunity the last few months, coming back together in person and bringing viable information that we can take back to our constituents. So I am Doreen Carter. On Monday, I will be sworn in my new House district, which is House District 93. And so now my district will cover parts of DeKalb, Rockdale, and Newton County. Yes! So I said, I'm probably one of the very few legislators that actually has urban, suburban, and rural in their district. So I ask people, look at all I'm coming to find out everything I can, because we want to make sure that we're helping our farmers, because at the end of the day, some of those farmers end up over on that table. So we want to make sure that we're getting quality and healthy food. Later on this afternoon, if you guys don't have anything else to do, we will be having our second town hall, our pre-legislative town hall with the DeKalb delegation, where I serve as the vice chair, and that is at 1:00 p.m. over at the Porter Sanford Center on Rainbow Drive. For those of you that don't have anything else to do, y'all can hang out with me all day. And mark your calendars on the first Friday of February every year we celebrate or bring acknowledgement to heart disease. So we'll be doing our Go Red. So we want to make sure that you guys are following us, and we haven't solidified the location, but we would definitely do that, which is another opportunity for us to talk about health. And we have a health corner. We'll do this after later in this meeting. So health is very important to us. So with all of that, because that little spiel is keeping you from this amazing breakfast. So if you would, you bow your heads and I will bless our food. Father, we just thank and praise you for allowing us to be in your presence again. Thank you for being here in the land of the living in the year of 2023. God, we're here gathered together with your people, the people that you love, and you let us love on them, and we thank you for the opportunity to serve. And we're here today to learn more about what's happening in our community, how we can be better servants. And we pray that you will bless this food that we are about to receive. May it nourish our bodies, that we will be strengthened to continue to serve how you would have us to. We bless this food, the hands that prepared it, the sponsors that provided for it, and the people who will eat it. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Breakfast is served.
Breakfast is served. You guys can start here, there, and go to the end of the world.
Not everybody at once. All right, he coming on. Wait a minute, we waiting on Howard. Howard, come on in here. Don't move, don't move. Don't move. I'm working on it. Yes, I am. You're working on your mind. I'm working on trying to get it in my mind. Right. Hey, well, thank you for coming to this breakfast. I'm Representative Dewey McClain, and we're going to start Monday. And how long have you been coming to this breakfast, and what do you think of this breakfast?
I've been here. I came in December, and I'm here in January. I enjoyed it so much, and I learned a lot. Code enforcement for DeKalb County was here, and I just look forward to meeting all the representatives as they come out and join us, and just stay connected with the community.
Well, we're glad you're here, and do thank you very much. So please keep coming, and make sure that you invite some more friends as well.
I will.
All right? Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, y'all got that food ready, huh? And y'all know that I'm a little disappointed because I was getting first in line. Hank, you gonna say a few words about the breakfast while you in line? Because you last?
Yeah.
You know, so tell us about the breakfast.
The beauty of being last, you can clean everything up.
Oh, hello. Okay, wait a minute. Yeah. Okay.
Anything left.
Thank you, Hank. So how long you been coming to this breakfast?
Off and on for decades, really. Stan has been doing an amazing job of keeping the community connected. and and all of you all, and so we're only as strong as our connections and what we do in the community. So I thank each and every one of you all for allowing me to be a part of this. This is a phenomenal forum, and a lot of counties wish they had something like this every month, that they can come in and be educated on what's happening, not only in their local but the state level and even an international level.
Well, we appreciate you coming, Hank. We appreciate you being a friend, and thanks very much for participating, because it means a lot.
Always here.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Y'all got y'all breakfast, I see. I couldn't believe it. I called myself getting in line first, and then all of a sudden, but all I want y'all to know is that it's because of you all we got these tables. Because before we moved out front, we didn't have no table. And people said, I gotta hold my plate, but it didn't stop them from eating. Okay? Thank you all again. Okay. Coming to see you now, man. I guess I interview you now since I ain't getting no food. Here you go. What you want? Right.
Oh, now we do it.
Yeah. So I do have Stan Watson who started this breakfast back in the 90s, and I was with him, but I wasn't where I was. Only thing I was more of his support. But now, what can I say? Stan Watson, how long you been doing this breakfast?
We've been doing this since 1996. When I took Thurber Baker's place, when Thurber became the Attorney General. We started a community breakfast to bring people together to talk about issues in our community, and it's grown from like 30 people to what we have today. Took a little time off to see what was going on, and decided we want to come back and make sure people had information in the community and a free breakfast. So we're out here today again just to bring information to our community.
Well, I appreciate it. I know the folks appreciate it, and I know they appreciate that great breakfast over there.
Oh yeah, and the breakfast is free.
And the breakfast is free, people. Look at them. They're all in line. Well, we want to thank you all come out. The breakfast is free to the people to come out, but we are looking for sponsors to pay for this breakfast. So thank you. Okay. How y'all doing back there? Can y'all wave and let people know that y'all happy to be here? There you go. Hey, there you go. I just want to make sure that we're glad to have y'all here today. Thank y'all very much. Get me a job in a minute, Edwin. Okay, let's go back to the back and get all the folks. Okay, get on in line. How y'all doing? Whoa, what's going on? What happening, man? I ain't gonna make you eat. All right. How we doing on the breakfast? Look at everybody.
This is excellent. It's wonderful. I'm so glad that this legislative caucus is back.
Okay.
We missed it.
Yeah, we are.
We missed it. I'm so glad. I'm one of the originals.
I know you are.
Yeah, I'm one of the originals. So I'm glad it's back.
Yeah, I look at your plate there. You one of the originals. Good job.
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Yes, sir. All right, we're going over and speak to the former superintendent of schools. How you doing?
How you doing, man?
How you
man,
doing? Good to see you. Good to see you, buddy.
Boy, you looking good.
You looking good, buddy.
Yes,
boy, I tell you, boy, you know when I grow up,
don't do it.
I'm gonna lose weight. If I can get some of these.
Don't do it.
Buddy, how long you been here with the breakfast?
Well, the breakfast about really overall about 10, 15 years.
Okay.
Yeah, in fact, I was on the first run of it, and this was always the best thing on Saturday morning.
Oh yeah,
yes,
well, we still got a crowd. We love to have you.
I'm with you. I'm at home now.
Yeah, and we know you're at home.
Yes, sir.
And you're gonna get treated like you're at home.
That's how I like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
How you doing?
That's the chief of staff.
Yeah, I know that's right. COS, how you doing? Good to see you. Thank y'all for coming out this morning.
Of course.
Y'all get y'all good. Come on, y'all can get a good Saturday picture.
Well, you ought to get in the middle.
Yeah, get in the middle.
A little bit better.
Yeah, get a little picture. But I want y'all to say that, he ain't taking you out to breakfast, is he? Come on, baby. I'm gonna take you to breakfast.
He took me to the best breakfast
yes, he
being
did.
held this morning.
Yes, he did.
Right here with our community.
Yes, he did with your community and people
get
you know.
Information.
Yes. Well, thank
and
y'all.
inspiration.
Thank y'all very much. We appreciate y'all for coming.
Thank y'all for having me.
Thank y'all
so much for keeping it going.
Oh, hey, well, I thank y'all for allowing me to come over in the cab because, I had to come out of Gwinnett.
Well, that's fine. Yeah,
Okay?
go to the cab.
All right, where's I supposed to be going? How you doing, sir? Good, man. You got Morris Brown College on you? Good. So you live in the community? How long you been coming to the breakfast?
I came to the breakfast when it first started.
Oh, okay.
And then it stopped.
Okay.
And then I came back, 2 months? It's been going on for the last 3 months now,
Yeah.
right? Yep, I've been at
So you're
every
back.
one.
All right, then. Are
Yes,
you
sir.
glad to have you back?
I am.
All right, we're good.
Stan is a good friend of mine, so. Oh, yes, sir.
That works out well. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, sir.
All right, let's go on back here to the back and mess with people. Okay, ma'am, how you doing? How often you been coming to the breakfast?
Oh my goodness. This is actually my second meeting.
Your second meeting?
Yes, and I actually recently moved back to DeKalb County.
Okay, glad to have you back in the cab. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Yes.
And this has been very educational. I love the turnout from the community.
Okay.
People coming out to really learn about what's happening in their community, really getting involved in some of these issues.
Okay.
My interest, of course, is health. So we're here talking about chronic kidney disease and lung cancer.
Okay. Well, we're glad to have you here. Thank you very much. We look forward to seeing you every first Saturday.
Thank
you. Thank you.
All right.
We're looking forward. Okay. Hey, sir, how you doing? I'm trying to keep my job. I don't know where I got it from. KZ, that right there, he one of the originals back in '97. Well, he was way before '97, but this is Ellery. This is Ellery Hill. Ellery, how you doing, man?
I'm great. I'm
good.
great.
What do you think about the breakfast being back?
Hey, been waiting on it. Been waiting on it. Yeah, it's been missed by a whole bunch of citizens in the community. Much needed.
Good. Well,
yes,
we glad to have it back, but I do know that I know that you know that I know that you're one of the originals.
Well, it was my pleasure working and planning with Stan to get this off the ground years ago, and glad to see it back.
Well, I'm glad to have it back.
All right.
Thank you, buddy.
Okay. Thank you so very much. I hope you enjoyed the breakfast. Excellent. If you're in line, stay in line. Just save some food for the next person behind you. We're going to go in with our first today. And for those of you that don't know how the system runs, is that unlike the Republicans, I'm Speaker of the House. Howard is Speaker Pro Tem. Dewey and Doreen do whatever they want to do. But we got the votes to do what we want to do too. So how it works is that we allow a speaker to come up and present for 15 minutes uninterrupted. 15 minutes uninterrupted. And then we allow at least 2 to 3 questions of substance for that particular speaker, and then we move on and try to make sure we stay a breakfast and not a lunch. So our first speaker presented this morning is also one of our breakfast sponsors, and you too can be a breakfast sponsor because the breakfast is free, but you can also be a breakfast sponsor by contacting myself, Dewey or Doreen or Howard, and let us know you want to help in some way. But our first speaker we thought would be good for the beginning of the year because we've noticed the interest rate and the price and rates for houses and those kinds of things. So we thought that we'd bring the DeKalb Association of Realtors out this morning. So our first presenter is Mr. Maurice Moore, who's the new president of the DeKalb Association of Realtors. Would you welcome him to the community cabinet this morning?
All right, good morning, good morning. Like I said before, my name is Horace Moore. I'm the 2023 president of the DeKalb Association of Realtors. One of the things that we do as realtors, we advocate for private property rights and for the industry with itself. Just to give you an idea about what's happening in DeKalb, we're in a hot market, probably one of the hottest markets in the United States right now. I call it the perfect storm. And the reason why I call it that because if you remember, we were all shut in everybody was zooming and all that good stuff. Well, they kind of did a couple of things for us. Number one, we found out that we did not have to be in brick and mortar in order to make money. So what took place was everybody started zooming and doing business elsewhere. And also we had folks start migrating to Atlanta because now I can get New York wages and work in Atlanta, okay? And another part of that was, you look up and you look at what's happening right now with global warming. California's getting beat up real bad, the Midwest is getting beat up real bad. But for the most part, we do very well here in the ATL. I mean, we do good. I mean, weather's not bad for get a couple cold snaps, and might get a little wind and storm damage every now and then. For the most part, we live pretty good. I travel across this country, and believe me, there's no place like the ATL. I'm gonna tell you right now. Believe me, I know we got a couple little challenges out there right now, but trust me, you want to be right here where we are, okay? Like I said, the cab is this market, the Atlanta market is a very hot market. A lot of people moving here each and every day, and we've kind of had some challenges. If you notice, probably if you were selling your home a year ago, say about roughly a year ago, as soon as the realtor put it in the system, the phone started ringing. I mean, we've had houses sell as fast as 2 or 3 hours. I've sold a house so fast that I went out there and stuck the sign in the yard, and all I heard was car door slamming. Boom, 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 boom. So it's a hot market. But now what is taking place now, the market has in fact started to cool off just a little bit. And I'm gonna give you a couple of numbers that you can run away with here. And I'm sorry, I gotta put my glasses on here. That's all right, that's all right. They just don't work like they used to. I gotta put my eyes on. Right, okay. And I'm gonna give you some figures, the end of the year figures. The median home price in DeKalb County is $331,000. Now that's a little different from when we started the year at $315, so that kind of went up a little bit. So basically, what is taking place here as far as inventory is concerned, we have a month and a half worth of inventory out there. Average days on the market, at the end of 2021, it was 22 days on the market. We're down to 21 days on the market. List price, now I know everybody wants to get a good deal. You put your house on the market and you want to get what you want for it. And then sometimes one of the challenges that we run into as realtors, that we tell folks, this is what it will give you. This is what your house will sell for. And we say, no, it'll sell for more than that. But I will tell you this, I think we've been pretty much on the money as far as what's been listing and selling. We were at the end of 2022, 100.7%. That means we was pretty much on the money. If we told you that it's going to sell for this amount, that's basically what it's sold for. This is a couple of short notes. One of the good things about being president, right? You say, I need to go speak somewhere, and they give you a slew of notes, right? Sometimes at the last minute. But anyway, what we're saying is that the market will be very active in 2023 due to strong levels of demand and low inventory. While buying power is reduced with higher interest rates, the increase in active listings will give buyers more options across price ranges. The market may see slight price increases, but low inventory will keep prices elevated. We will not see dramatic price reductions, so don't delay in thinking about buying or thinking the market will slide. Rising inventories allowing borrowers to have more options, thus giving them more negotiating power with sellers. So anyway, that's kind of the market in a nutshell. In addition, we're doing more just out there trying to sell homes. We believe it or not, touch people's lives in more ways than they have any idea. One of our projects that we're working on this year, you're going to see some of this on TV. You're going to see a lot of advertising this year from the Association of Realtors. But one of our projects is teenage trafficking. We're going to hit that hard and heavy. It's amazing. I was in Chicago at Leadership Summit, and they announced the initiatives, and then all of a sudden they threw one number over. I was like, oh my God, Atlanta is #1. Okay, so you're going to see us out there fighting, and all the legislators that's in here today, you will see us down at the Dome. We'll be there the 28th of February. We're actually going to be the 28th and the 1st, but you will definitely see us on the 28th of February. Unfortunately, on the 1st, only half of us are going to be there because the other half, we have to go on another trip, unfortunately. But anyway, I will entertain one or two questions. I hope I've kind of enlightened you a little bit about the DeKalb market, and I will entertain one or two questions. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, we got a mic. Just 1 second, please. Hold on.
Good morning. How are you?
Fine.
Good. I'm also a realtor.
All right.
Good. However, you talk about the sales, the increase in price, and a lot of those prices are inflated. As a result, the investors are buying these homes, and the rent has gone out the roof, and they're pricing the renters out of renting. And my concern is, because I'm working on homelessness right now in Atlanta, that as a result of them being priced out, the homeless population is going to increase. I want to know what you all as elected leaders, what are you doing to help these people? They need help.
All right then. You asked the question. Now you're going to make me put on my preacher hat.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Great question, okay? And believe it or not, I have an answer for you, okay? How many people voted in the last election? Outstanding. Thank you. That was a call to action, right? Let me ask you a question. Okay? One more question. I'm setting you up. You get 4-1. How many of you sent an email or a letter to your elected officials letting you know how you really feel? All right, that's great. That's right. And the reason why I say that, okay, is sometimes you have to let your elected officials know how you feel. Just don't vote for them. Okay, just don't give you a vote. Make them work for you. Don't try to get you up like that. Make them work for you. Tell them how you feel. I mean, if you don't tell them how you feel, they have no idea. How many of y'all go to church every Sunday? Pay your tithe. Your pastor.
Not to the pastor, to the church. That was a trick question.
No trick question. Hey, you gotta get your pastors involved too, you know? All this affects all of us, okay? So you gotta get your pastor involved to tell your pastor how you feel, have your pastor contact your representatives. But that's what we have to do. We can't just sit on our morals and just sit there and think someone else is gonna do it, it's gonna be okay. We have to actively be involved. And home ownership really starts with the mindset. You have to start doing what it takes to become a homeowner. Well, before you decide to buy a house, you might have to start from the beginning. You might have to get your family involved. You might have to get a new There's one more question right there.
No, I really have a comment. You asked a question about how many times we contact our officials. My comment is, I don't know if you tried to contact a commissioner or state legislator recently. The first time I got a response was from Ms. Carter, maybe 3 weeks ago. And it was, you gave me a person I needed to contact and it worked out. But prior to then, you can write CEO Thurman, you can make phone calls, we get these recordings, and I am tired. And so they're wearing us down, they're wearing us out because they don't respond.
That's not my experience.
The recordings go, leave a message, somebody will call you back in 24 hours. And I don't know what 24 hours they're talking about because we have not gotten it. And I'm telling you the truth, I'm tired. When it comes to our state representatives from our district, I will be very honest, and I don't know what she looks like. I know now we have a new one, a new person coming in January, this month. We don't have any contact. We have nobody approaching us. We have nobody responding to our phone calls and our emails. So it does, you know, we try. There are people such as myself and others, we try. But we are being beat down because there's no response.
Thank you for being one of those warriors on the front line.
And let me be serious. The lady that just spoke, can we talk at the end because that's the CEO's office. That's not my experience, so I'll give you some more numbers, okay?
That'll be fine.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I'm Gary Williams, and I'm president of the DeKalb National Council of Negro Women, and I'm glad you said what you just said. Fortunately, I've not had that experience. I love that we are able to reach out to our elected officials and not only give responses, but engage in active conversations that affect change. I know it might seem a little frustrating if you can't get the elected officials, and I think my suggestion would be, if you can't get your elected official, get another one, and let that one know that you can't get your elected official. Because trust me, when you start letting others know that your elected official is not available, your elected official will automatically become available.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Moore. President of the DeKalb Realtors, preacher, politician, mediator, arbitrator. You did a great job this morning for the first speaker in 2023. Y'all give him another hand. All right, the next speaker, the presenter that we have is, I'll have to be up front, is a good friend of mine, so I'll go ahead and say that, okay? So we get that out of the way. But she is a good friend, a mentor, a listener. She's actively involved in the National Council of Negro Women. She's dedicated much of her life for working in the community, served as co-chair of different positions in the National Council of Negro Women, national vice president. She's AKA, all that, you know. Okay, all right. But I can just say that she's my friend. I mean, we just had to look at it and see. True lady, classy, like nobody else can be. Will tell you where she stand, tell you what to do, tell you what not to do. But she's a true warrior on the battlefield. And I wanted her to come up this morning, and she's the new chairman for the National Council of Negro Women National, the 9th of the whole United States. And she's my friend, Ms. Lois Keith. Would y'all give her a hand as she comes this morning?
Thank you so much to my friend, Mr. Stan Watson. We're going to have a come to Jesus meeting immediately after this. Of course, I hear that all the time, especially
really from my son and his friends. They call me the lieutenant. However, I'm not that at all. I am so excited this morning, and I had to find some tissue because I was a little teary-eyed. I thought that I was coming alone, and I was speaking to my president, Derica Williams, and I told her, I see a car turning in that looks like your car. I said, no, but that's not you, though. And we were in the parking lot talking to each other. Little did I know that a portion of my NCNW DeKalb members are here with me this morning. I am elated. And if it's not too much to ask, I would love for everyone that is associated with the National Council of Negro Women, please stand. I am just excited. I am so excited to have each of you. And I'm going to have a come to Jesus meeting also with Hank Stewart. We talked yesterday, I believe it was, and he told me absolutely nothing. And but at any rate, I am just so happy for them to love me in a way that they do, to get up on a Saturday morning. And I know, one, you don't call her house before 11 a.m. and especially a.m. and especially on a Saturday morning. But I am grateful. I am truly, truly grateful. And to all of the elected officials, all of you that are in the House, I am just honored to have this opportunity to bring greetings on behalf of the National Council of Negro Women. And I was recently elected at the 60th National Convention that was held in Washington, D.C. as the chair of the board. And I am excited not only for myself, it's a very humbling experience, but also I'm a winner for DeKalb County as well. So we now have a seat maybe at the table, a little bit, well, more of a seat maybe because we're already represented there, but our headquarters is located at 633 Pennsylvania Avenue, Northwest in Washington, D.C., the only building of color that's owned by women of color on Pennsylvania Avenue. So when the powers to be must go from the White House to the Capitol, they pass by our building. If you've not had an opportunity to visit this beautiful building that sits on Pennsylvania Avenue, I would love for you to come and receive a tour of the building. 633 Pennsylvania Avenue is so significant to us because it was the slave market way back when, and now it's owned by women and men, may I say, of color. And I'm just honored and I'm very humbled to be able to be a spokesperson for the National Council of Negro Women. You know, I stand on giants. When I look at Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune, never in a million years would I have dreamed that I would have been a co-chair, a chair. This title, I'm still getting confused. A chair of the board of an organization that she founded in 1935. I want to be a good stewardess of that particular honor that has been restored unto me. So I stand on her shoulder this morning. I stand on the shoulders of Dr. Dorothy Bolden Farabee. I stand on the shoulder of a Dr. Vivian Mason, a Dr. Dorothy Irene Height, a Dr. Barbara Shaw, a Miss Ingrid Saunders Jones, a Dr. Janetta Batch Cole, and of course, Dr. Thelma T. Daley. These are just some solid steps that have been planted or have been made for me to follow. And I promise the organization that I would do the best job possible. I plan to continue the mission of the National Council of Negro Women, which is to be an advocate for women and children and of all walks of life. That is one of the things that I am focused on. We will continue. I plan to focus on promoting social justice, public policy. We definitely have to expand our horizon when it comes to social justice and those ills that plague our country. We want to continue to work with the STEM education. We want to remember entrepreneurship with our younger people and older people alike. And we want to work on continuing working with health equity in our community. And so I am really excited again, and I'm very humbled. All of this, and even trying to keep the title right. I was vice president for so long, so I'm saying I'm vice chair, and I'm corrected. No, you're not vice chair. You are chair. But it's a very humbling experience. And I would like for you that are not members of the National Council of Negro Women, I would like for you to join the organization here in DeKalb County so that we can be a powerful force in DeKalb County and across the breadth of the country. You may join the National Council of Negro Women, the DeKalb section, by going to DeKalbNCNW.com. It's open to women and men of all socioeconomic backgrounds. As a matter of fact, we have a wonderful men organization that is spearheaded by I'm going to say Dr. Janetta Cole's husband, and it's called the C.L. Franklin Men Organization, which is a part of the National Council of Negro Women, and Dr. C.L. Franklin is the late husband of the Honorable Alexis Herman. So again, thank you so much, my friend, for giving me this opportunity. And before I sit down, I also want to acknowledge Charmaine Moss, who is the president, the organizer for Real Women Atlanta magazine, and is also a part of the NCNW DeKalb. And she's the one with the little red hat on. So if you want to, please check her, speak with her before you leave, and see how you can maybe register and get on that mailing list. And that's one of my dear friends as well. Again, thank you all so very much.
Thank you, my friend. Okay, she is so good. She's so good. I give her another hand. That's my friend right there. We'll get on the phone and tell you what to do. We came up this year, the community had myself, Howard, Doreen, and Dewey. We wanted to start something different in our community. We wanted to do 3 awards. So a lot of times the elected officials will tell you that health, education, and public transportation are 3 things that we should provide for our community. So we wanted to provide an avenue to acknowledge people in our community this year, starting this year, that had done significant things in DeKalb County that we thought would be significant enough for us to recognize beginning of the year. We're going to have the cabinet members by next year, 2024, to help us with the designation and some names that may be able to win these awards. So we came up with 3 awards. One was for our colleague and friend, one of my best friends, my attorney, Pam Stevenson, who did a lot with healthcare. We got an award for her. Y'all remember Pam? That's like Lola. She's one of my best friends. And I say it to anybody, she's one of my best friends. The other award is a Lou Walker Award. Lou Walker did such a tremendous job being an actor and an activist at the same time, and also a community advocate for a lot of things. That's how we came up with the Lou Walker Community Center. Lou was probably frequently acknowledged as a Renaissance man, a man of vision and wisdom. His endeavors stretched far and wide from public his service to film and television industry. When we started the film industry here in Georgia, he was instrumental in doing that. So we came up with the Lou Walker Community Service Award as well as the Pam Stevenson Community Health Advocate Award. Now, another award we came up with starting in 2023, which again in 2024 we want to ask the community cabinet to help us with names and submission of names, is one for a gentleman that a lot of people don't talk about. But Lonnie Edwards probably can tell you this. Jay Cunningham made a lot of strides financially in our community. He made sure that our school SPLOST money for our community, equality was done up and down the chain from South DeKalb to North DeKalb. That auditorium where we were sitting having our meeting that seats 600 people now, larger than the Port of Sanford, was the responsibility of Jay Cunningham putting that together. So we came up with a Jay Cunningham Award as well. Now, a lot of our people that have done significant things in the community, we just don't honor for some reason, especially, I hate to say it's us, our community. We don't take the time to give people their flowers until they're dead. So we came up with those 3 awards. So this morning, we wanted to present those 3 awards. We're gonna hold Jay's awards until Black History Month in February, so his family can be here. But the first award is going to be the Lou Walker Community Service Award. So I'm going to ask Doreen, Howard, and Dewey to stand with me. Our first Lou Walker Community Service Award is going to go to one of my best friends. She happened to be a female, and that's Ms. Lois Keaton. Somebody help Lois one of them. Okay, this is breakfast meeting. Come on, Lois. Gotta give her a hand. Now, the Community Cabinet in 2024, you help us with the next Lou Walker Community Service Award. The first one's going to go to Lois. Thank you. Congratulations. Congratulations. She gonna call me this evening. I ain't gonna answer the phone. I'm not answering the phone.
Coming in, ready? 1, 2.
Thank you. All right. Thank you. All right. Thank you so much. Before we bring our next speaker up, we had a community health care award for a person that worked hard in the community with health care advocacy, making sure that we had what we needed. I'm gonna ask Howard, since he was she used to sit between the 2 of us down at the Georgia General Assembly to do that. Howard, you gonna do that award for us? And then with Doreen, you're gonna bring up the next speaker.
Good morning. Good morning. All right, so it is indeed my honor and my privilege to present the Pam Stevenson Community Advocate Award. And all of you all know Pam, but Pam was a fighter in the community, not only in the legislature, but in the community to ensure that our community got the things that it needed to be viable and successful. She also worked in state government. She worked for former Governor Zell Miller. I don't know if many of you all know that, but Pam was integral in the state community health planning department. So Pam has been on the front lines of healthcare and dealing with health equity before that was a real name. But she's been doing that. We wanted to honor the work that she's done in healthcare, and we created this award called the Pam Stevenson Award. And this year, our first inaugural award, we're going to give it to somebody who has actually done a great job in ensuring that healthcare services have been delivered to this community. Easily could have walked away from here, decided that he wanted to invest on Candler Road. Ladies and gentlemen, my good friend, he is, no, I'm not going to embarrass him. He used to have hair. But ladies and gentlemen, my good friend, ladies and gentlemen, Jeff Taylor, CEO of MedCure. Well, we want to present to you, sir, the Pam Stevenson Award for the work that you've done in DeKalb County. Thank you, sir. Congratulations. sorry, I'm in the way.
Well, I want to just say thank you for this award. It's truly been a pleasure to serve the DeKalb County community for many years now. I myself have been living in this county for a little over 40 years. But we've been able to provide services at Oakhurst Medical Centers and now MedCura Health for the last 17 years. That's how long I've been there. But if you know of anyone who needs healthcare services, they're available. Before I started working at a place like MedCura, I didn't know if you didn't have health insurance where you were supposed to go. And I soon found out that many people go straight to the emergency room, and that can be a long wait and can be expensive. But if you come to MedCura Health, not only will we take care of what's going on, and of course if it's not an emergency, but we'll establish it as a medical home for your healthcare services. So we encourage you to let people know that don't know where to go. And we take insurance, all kinds of insurance, so it's not just something that's for people who are uninsured. And also I just want to say hi to my friend Vivian back there. It's good to see you today. I didn't get a chance to speak to you. But again, thank you for this award, and thank you for allowing us to serve in the community.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, coming in. Ready? Ready? 1, 2. Got it. Thank you.
It's still morning. Good morning. We had one of our colleagues to join us.
There she is.
I know. She don't know. Get ready to introduce her. State Senator. Yeah. Yeah, that part. We people don't you here with us today. God bless you. I know. Breakfast is good. So our next speaker today is from Georgia Power. And our representative, Rhonda Thomas, is not going to be able to be with us today, but she sent my newest counterpart, Mr. Nacio, did I mention Nacio Guinea? I want to make sure I didn't mess it up. Georgia Power, but he represents Newton County, so I'm all covered in the district today. Nacio is going to come up and introduce the team. Give a great hand.
Well, good morning, everyone. How is everyone doing this morning?
Good morning.
Oh, that is so awesome. So before I begin, just wanted to say thank you, Representative Carter and Dewey. Thank you to all our distinguished guests. It is certainly an honor from a Georgia Power standpoint to be here this morning to talk a little bit about what we do and to basically to inform you to the best of our ability. And so with that, I would like to introduce our first speaker for today. And that is Sue Scarskilla, right? Scarsella. See, they mess my name up. I get the opportunity to mess other folks' names up too. All right. So she will be talking about grid investment, followed by Danny Johnson, who will be talking to us about energy assistance. So with that,
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Nice to be invited here. Thank you so much. My name is Sue Scarskilla. I am a consultant on behalf of Georgia Power. Rhonda Thomas asked me this morning, or asked me this week, to come and present to you about the investments that Georgia Power is doing within this community. Just a quick introduction on that side. There we go. So Rhonda Thomas represents this community of Georgia Power here in South DeKalb. I myself work with Shelby Bice, who is the Stakeholder Engagement Manager at Georgia Power. Next slide, please. So a little bit about what the program is. The investments in Georgia's grid. This grid investment program is a multi-year investment program No, it's fine. I didn't provide a PowerPoint, I did PDFs, so we're just struggling a little bit, but it's okay. So this is a multi-year investment program to enhance the electrical service and power reliability across Georgia. We are upgrading transmission lines as well as the distribution systems throughout the community. The goals of this program are important. Making sure you have the power you need to run your successful businesses and homes, communities for years to come. Next slide. This talks about some of the benefits of what it is that we are trying to do with this program. The benefits of this program is to reduce the number and length of power outages for customers, to strengthen reliability of Georgia's electrical system, and to improve customer satisfaction. I, as a consultant for Georgia Power, manage a group that is a dedicated source for you to learn more about these projects throughout the communities. We offer quick responses and additional information in regards to specifically your locations. So like I said, this is across the entire state of Georgia, and there's a lot of work to come. There's a lot of work that already has been completed as well. These project locations have been selected based on historical service and performance. These communities are chosen, and those would most benefit from the investments based on historical outage data. Next slide. So just an overview. We all, as consultants, represent Georgia Power. This here is just an overview of some of those folks that you may see within your communities. I myself am very privileged to work with our partners at Georgia Power, but we do take on that responsibility and that ownership. I do work for Burns McDonnell, but we work with other consultants you may see, our contractors within the communities. Within this community, there is Pike and Quanta. They're doing the majority of the work, but we work with engineers, we work with real estate, we work with construction. So this is just a small list, and this does grow and change, obviously, but this is just an overview of those that are working out in your communities. So, not to bore you, but these are just some of the typical investment types that you may be having done in your communities. This is just kind of an overview, making it simple. We're working on the overhead lines, and we're also working to move some of those lines underground. The majority of the work is making improvements to the lines overhead, and these are just some of the typical types of investments with their definitions. Each of these are being worked on in the community. Next slide. So I have the opportunity to kind of narrow it down just to this county, focusing on South DeKalb. But you can see there's a lot of investment here. There's a lot of work that has been completed, there's a lot of work that's being engineered, and there's also work currently in construction. And then the next couple of slides will just kind of drill down a little bit into these specific areas. If you have specific questions in regards to your community, your street, I can take that after the fact, or I can talk to you after this presentation when the meeting is over. But this just kind of give you an idea. Just to give you an overview of what it is you're looking at, each of these blue areas is what we call work zones or work areas. So the little dot just kind of represents the type of investment that is occurring. But you can see that the work is impacting the greater area of these counties. So, that blue area is basically all the targeted areas that we are working on to improve your reliability. And this is Decatur and the Avondale Estates. Next slide. This also just gives you an overview of Tucker, Clarkson, and Stone Mountain. Most of these projects have been completed. And as I mentioned, this is a multi-year, so there may be additional in the future, but this is sort of our, current, updated view of what's happening now. Next slide. And then the other area that we're focusing is Stonecrest. So you can see there's a lot of work still in progress, the green's in progress, and then there's some work that has been completed. So you should be seeing some reliability improvements to where you live. And then, like I mentioned, I do manage a group of folks that take the calls. They respond to the emails. Our goal is to do that quickly, but there's a number of ways that you can get in contact with my team. We have a dedicated website. Its address is georgiapower.com/grid, and there's an interactive map there. You can really dig into your street, your neighborhood, and get an update about where these locations are actually, or these projects are occurring. You can contact us by email. You can contact us by phone, by text. You can also opt in to receive email updates if that works better for you. But my team also supports those that are in the field. So we're providing them door hangers, we're providing them communications of basically how you can get in contact directly with our team to address your questions regarding these projects. Next slide. And this is just a slide here to show you what those communication pieces look like. We are currently in the stage of updating these just a little bit, but the message here is just simple. We're letting you know about the program overall by giving you an introduction. Those come in the form of mail or email. When the milestone of the project changes to something like engineering or surveying, we give you an update about that as well. So that lets you know about the field activity, the folks you see in the field, and also if you need validation of who these folks are, you can call us and we will let you know who should be out in that area. We also talk about construction and the prep for construction. And then when the project is complete, we send you a notification of as well. So we're trying our best to keep you very informed about these projects. But along any stage, you can contact us and we'll talk you through or address any comments or concerns you have. Next slide. And then this is just a slide here to talk about the expectations. I mean, that's what our group is trying to do. We're trying to inform and educate folks about what it is that you see. These projects, these investment types do vary. I'm sorry. But there is work overhead, there's some work underground, there are different levels of impacts to the community. If we're putting things underground, it's going to be boring and moving the lines and things like that. But there's also some projects that we're improving liability, but there's not a need for many bucket trucks. We're just putting new equipment on the lines, or just changing some of the way that the power gets to your homes and businesses. Next slide. And then this here is just a summary of all the contact information that you can contact us at. So we'll make sure that you all receive this or need the contact information. But we look forward to supporting you further now and in the future. So if you have any questions, just please let me know.
Light. Hold on 1 second. Y'all give her a hand as we prepare for questions. Hold on 1 second, we'll get the lights back on.
The lights in just a second.
There you go.
Any questions?
I do have a question. Good morning. So I live in an older neighborhood in DeKalb, and we're impacted when there's severe weather. Our power tends to go out, and you said that you all are undergrounding some power lines. I guess how is Georgia Power determining which power lines to underground? And are you guys moving, I guess, a certain percentage underground over time, or is it only power lines that are severely impacted during severe weather?
Thank you for the question. It's a question we often see. Undergrounding seems as though, it's perceived to be one of the best because you're moving the lines physically from out of the way of trees and weather. But what we have seen is that, there was initial movement to do a lot of undergrounding work, but it's really impacting and disruptive to the communities. However, We've also seen that some of these other investment types within the distribution system are just as effective to improve the reliability. So we really take a look at these projects. We may initially think that we're going to move it in one way, but the engineers can sort of do their engineering on these projects to see if there's additional, less impactful ways to address these investment projects. So you may see a lot more overhead work, which is also less expensive. Yes.
Good morning, and thank you for sharing with us this morning. We really appreciate you coming out and being a part of our program. I am one of the persons that live in an older community as well, and one of my concerns is when the ice storms come and everything, the trees are falling down. We have a problem, of course, with the trees coming down, and guess what? Georgia Power lines come down with them. So one of my concerns is how can you tell us how we can assist in getting Georgia Power to come in and maybe help us with pruning these limbs back on the trees so that they don't pull down the electrical lines in our neighborhood?
Well, say if you want, you can come up. But we do work with the Georgia Power Vegetation Management System, or the program, but I'll let you add to that.
Yeah, so that's actually a great question, and one we actually get quite often. So basically, really what happens is when you start thinking about storms and things start freezing and trees and limbs start falling, really what we need to do is really have a good advocate in our community that says, hey, will you all be able to get out there and help prune? Because really what happens is when the storms come and the trees begin to fall, no one's there to say, hey, can you take care of this? And that's really where the challenge comes in. And to be honest with you, in many cases, in many communities, they really don't want the trees to be pruned because they don't like how it looks, from an aesthetic standpoint. And so that's really some of the challenges that we face. And then once they do begin to fall, then all of a sudden, hey, we need to get this cleaned up. But it affects so many other folks in that process. So by having a partner in the community on the front end will be great for us. Now we do have our folks, especially from our forestry department, that goes through and prune the trees, basically what we call our right-of-way. And so that basically cuts the trees back typically 10, 12 feet, depending on where they're located at. And so that helps, but it's not necessarily set up for an aesthetic standpoint. It's more there for, to clear the lines, make sure everything is safe. So that's what we look at when we start talking about, clearing the right-of-ways and pruning, is more so from a safety standpoint as from an aesthetic standpoint. So having an advocate in our community such as yourself, I think that'll go a long way. Did that answer your question?
I really just want to know the process. Do we call you all, or is there something online? Because there are, in my neighborhood, a lot of old, big, huge trees, and the limbs are like, right across the street from my house is a Georgia Power light, which we love, okay? But if the trees fall down, they're going to take that light with them. And that's my concern, the electrical lines. And so we want to prune those limbs back, that won't occur, and we can stop that before it happens. So is there a process? Do we need to call you? Is it online?
Yes, ma'am. I'll tell you, you can actually get with me after this, but yes, you can go online, and you can also call. And what we typically do, we'll have someone to come out there and take a physical inspection to see whether or not if there's anything that we can do from our side.
Okay, that answers it.
Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Lonnie Edwards, and I have one question. Do you work in partnership with the DeKalb County Schools in any regard?
So that was actually tough for me because I don't necessarily cover the DeKalb area. So, but what I can do, I can get with my my partner and find out for sure. But I know in the areas that I do cover, the answer to your question is yes.
So we have education coordinators all over the state in this area this goes.
That is correct. We do have education coordinators that cover the whole state.
connect you up.
Hi, my name's Terry. I live in the city of Stonecrest, and so I saw on your map that you actually had some improvements, that you were actually doing some improvement in the city of Stonecrest. But I wanted to know, since we do have some single-lane roads in our communities I think on DeKalb Medical, probably around Miller Road, I wanted to know, what is your process of notifying residents ahead of time for your improvements? That way, if they need to make a change in their commute, if they need to maybe take a different lane or a different road, so that way they aren't interrupted by service on their way to their work. What's your process? Do you email, phone call? What would that be?
That's a good question. We are trying to evolve our communications to be a little bit more community specific. For the time being, it's a little bit general. But you could always call us at our contact information if you have questions. We do our best, to work on those one-lane roads with traffic mitigation. Obviously, sometimes that may create some traffic impacts. But we would be happy to, sort of look at that, of how we communicate better at a, specific neighborhood or community level. Anything to add?
And so just one quick thing to add to that. So what we've done in several communities is we've actually reached out to our local newspaper to get the word out so that folks will know that, hey, something big is coming. Right. And so that they can kind of get an idea. So we try to find different ways, and we do it also online. So we just basically try to get the word out any which way we can. And so by doing things like that, I think we're just trying to be on the forefront of a lot of things like that.
You got another question?
Yes. To me, it seems like most of the questions are centered around communications and community involvement with helping Georgia Power achieve the various, or to complete the various jobs and programs that you are doing in the community. Is there a community advisory board or task force or something that Georgia Power has or can create so that representatives from various communities are advising Georgia Power on what's going on in our community so that you don't have to continuously send your people out? Just here alone this morning, we've already heard 2 or 3 different areas of concern, and I don't know that they've necessarily been on Georgia Power's radar.
Right. My group does handle communications, but like I mentioned, we do work with folks like Naseo and Rhonda Thomas, who can bring us in front of those community boards. So if there is a project in the area or that neighborhood or community, we would be more than happy to give something very similar to address some issues. Anything to add?
Yeah, just one quick thing to add to that. So anytime we start, especially in this particular case, in an investment project, we typically bring the whole community together. That's from the mayor, city council, who we get the word out to everyone. And what we do is we actually bring in the partners who physically go out there to install the project, the engineers who designed it, and we lay it out there, and we put it out there in the paper to say, hey, this is going to be coming, to let everyone know. And during those particular meetings, we literally show the community step by step what's going to happen, who's going to be impacted, and if there is an alternative way to basically get, to your point, buy-in from the community on the front end. So we try to be, from that standpoint, we try to be, try to make a way to make it accessible and easy to understand. And really what happens after that, the community at large feels a little bit at ease because of that. It's a great question.
Thank you for that.
Good morning. You may not know the answer, and I don't know if it's the right department, but I have a real passion and concern for resources for our community. So I'd like to know what kind of resources that you have for seniors, and if you can share that, because I know recently you just had an increase, and I'd like for our community to be aware of the kind of resources that are available to them so that they can really apply for those resources. Thank you.
Yes, of course. This might be a great segue for Danny. If you have any other questions specific to your neighborhood or regarding any of these projects in the community, please just reach out to us. We'll be happy to have a conversation with you about this. Thank you.
So your question was great. This is actually a great segue to our next guest speaker to speak specifically to your point. So Danny Johnson with our Energy Assistance Program.
Let's give Sue and Nacio a round of applause. I tell you, I'm so excited about the energy that's in the room. My team and I'm the manager for energy assistance at Georgia Power, and we travel the state, and you'd be surprised at how many communities don't have the engagement and the energy in the room. So give yourselves a round of applause, first of all, for your engagement. The other thing that I know I want to have is, I want to have Ms. Lois and Stan follow me around. And I want Stan to introduce me, and I want Ms. Lois to come just stand next to me. Right? Since she's the chair, she's at 633 Pennsylvania Avenue in Washington, D.C. So I'm going to talk to you about energy assistance, and I only have about 100 slides. I'm joking. I have a few slides that we're going to walk through, and ACO is going to forward the slides for us. But my team and I, if you remember, in 2016 and 2017, we closed 131 business offices. Any of you remember that? It was a painful process. What we really started looking at is, prior to closing those offices, if you'll just hit the next, there you go. Prior to closing those offices, customers actually stopped coming into those offices. We had about 58 offices that were open 2 days a week out of the 131. And so as we started closing those offices, it was really important for us as a company to ensure that we took care of 3 key customer partners. That was senior citizens, customers who are in a limited income space, a limited to moderate income space, and then customers who occasionally had a one-time or an ongoing special need. Can you see me, or do I need to smile? All right. And so my team's mission is just what it says here, is to continue to meet the changing needs in the communities and our customers by partnering, educating, assisting, and maintaining a presence in the community. So I have a team right now of 22 team members, 5 coordinators who cover this area, cover the state. And what we really do is we partner with the Department of Health and Human Services, DFACS, Georgia Community Action Association, DHS, and we make sure that we're in the community and that we're listening to the community and bringing items back that are important. For instance, this beautiful lady asked a question about what we're doing for seniors. We have a senior citizen discount that's $25 a month. That is the highest senior discount in the country. If you're 65 years of age or older and make less than $25,000, then that's $25 off your utility bill every single month. That's just a start. I mean, you have to start somewhere. Next slide for me, ACO. The other thing that you see here is we just recently created a tool called CART. That's a community assistance and resource tool. It's a free online tool so that customers who have a need can go directly into our webpage. They don't need a profile. All they have to do is go to georgiapower.com/energy assistance, and you can go in and find resources in your community in real time. It's a free tool that's available to you. In addition to this, as you see over on the left-hand side, you can search for food, utility assistance, rent, shelter, counseling, and mortgage assistance. So this really is a powerful tool to have available for our customers around the state. Next slide for me. I also want to talk to you about, have any of you heard about the collaboration agreement we made with the Department of Community Affairs? And that $44.5 million that we identified along with the DCA, 294 zip codes across the state. There's 699 zip codes in the state of Georgia. Well, 294 of those zip codes, we found that those communities were really underserved. And what we're trying to do is make sure that the state of Georgia does not return any of this federal funding that came out because of COVID. The state of Arkansas, state of Mississippi, and others have simply given up and turned the money back into this federal government. Do you hear what I'm saying? That's for rental assistance and utility assistance, water, gas, cable, electricity. The state of Mississippi sent back over $100 million. So our team is working with DCA to identify customers. My team actually reaches out. We identified 204,000 customers who had a past due balance, and we are reaching out to those customers in those 294 zip code areas, trying to get them to apply for assistance. You would not believe how difficult that is. Let me say it again. We identified 204,000 residential customers here in Georgia out of those 294 zip codes, and you would not believe how difficult it is to get customers to apply for the assistance. Part of it is the DCA website sometimes is not as friendly.
Right.
And then you also think about, we have technology of Wi-Fi deserts, because you have to upload information. You may not have a desktop or a laptop, but you do have a mobile device in most cases, and we're working with customers to submit that information and get that money allocated to the proper folks.
And where do they go to apply for that?
They can go online to Georgia DCA, Department of Community Affairs, /Georgia Power, and they can apply for it. And I'll make sure that you get this presentation so that the information can be shared. My battery may be about to die. Okay. So it looks like my battery's about to die, and I hear Stan saying, we'll email you the information and wrap it up. So if you'll turn the light on, I'll be glad to try to answer a few questions.
Well, my question really doesn't have to do with energy assistance. What it is the contracts and projects that you brought up. There are local businesses that would like to partner and find out how they can be a useful vendor to help assist with some of those projects and be the provider to help, move them along as quickly as possible. So I wanted to see how do we become a preferred vendor under Georgia Power.
Yeah, we have a group that actually takes care of that. Let us get your information, and we'll make sure that it gets into the hands of our team.
How can that so quick?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Just a point of clarity, because that is really loud. On the energy assistance, and if I heard you correctly, this is a new partnership that you guys have created with DCA. Now, who's processing the applications? And I ask that because at least 2 months ago, we had a meeting with DCA, and we had all these people who give these applications, and we have no idea what happened to them, and then they said they were out of money. So with the funds that Georgia Power has available, who's actually processing the applications once the people go to the website?
That's a really good question. Everybody hear the question? What organization is processing the applications? DCA is still processing the applications. And when they process the application, if the customer submits the 9 pieces of documentation that's required, they receive an email from DCA saying that their application has been approved or denied.
So we got to get them out here one.
Right.
Okay.
That'd be great.
But my team, in those situations where applications sometimes end up just being abandoned, my team is working with DCA to target those particular accounts and then reach out to the customer. Again, our focus is let's make sure that every single dollar that came into Georgia for economic relief is utilized.
Now, is this a new pot of money?
It is not. If you remember, the question is this a new pot of money? In 2020, in April of 2020, when COVID happened, the state of Georgia received $4.1 billion.
Yeah.
A lot of that, so DCA actually had just over $900 million, and a lot of that funding is still available until 2027.
Okay, I do have another question for clarity.
Okay.
The other thing that came up with the DCA.
Talk louder. Use your outside voice.
And let the citizen ask questions.
Okay, no, but this is a citizen question, because this came up. So now with this DCA money, is this only for renters, or is it for homeowners? Because the monies that they were doing a few months ago, they were doing rental assistance and utility assistance for renters only, but they didn't have funds for homeowners.
All right, so the program that we're working with is for renters. It's the Georgia Rental Assistance Program. DCA also has a mortgage assistance program, and they have over $350 million that was allocated for that program.
They're saying it's closed though, that's part of the problem.
Yeah, well, it's closed, it's only closed.
Application.
Right, it's only closed for a short period of time. Every year in September, the federal government requires reconciliation.
Okay.
And that's what's taking place right now.
Okay.
Yeah, they're going through the audit process. Those applications will again begin. Let me change what I just said. That made no sense even to me. We'll start again soon. There's a question in the back.
Not really a question. Good morning. My name is Sandy Johnson. And I want to give
Hey,
you
Mr. Johnson. I'm in.
I want to give you some particulars. How to work with your team through funds allocated by DeKalb County for renters and mortgage assistance. I had the privilege of using your online tool. It is excellent. The mapping is excellent. It made the process easier. Your team members were able to reach out to us if they had specific people in our zip codes who had needs. So again, the process can and does work. So kudos to you.
Thank you so much. The Honorable Stanley says I can take one more question. He did tell me I had to answer it, but I can take one more question.
Well, first of all, I just want to again say thank you for the work that you all do, because I am a partner with Partnership for Community Action, which is on Covington Highway. And I can say from, let's say, November 1st through December 1st, I am employed with the East Lake YMCA, but we partner with Partnership for Community Action. And we did about 75 senior citizens application for energy assistance. And I want to tell you that all of them, most all of them, like they got about $350. And so that is a big help for those low-income seniors. So that program, that part of it really does work. And we certainly appreciate it. Our seniors that come, I have a line sometime in the morning with people coming, and it really does help. And every year, I don't have to tell them when it's time, they know.
They know.
Because they call me. But the other thing I want to make sure that we do, I think what I heard Ms. Jackson mention was the fact that what resources you all have. And one of the resources that I know of and have heard of and would like for you to kind of elaborate on is when during the school years there was an internship program for young people. I want to know if that internship program still exists, and if so, how can we take advantage of it?
Right. We still have internships, especially with NACIO as an engineer by trade. You want to speak to that a little bit, NACIO, about how we do with co-ops and things like that?
Yeah, thank you, Tanya. Yes, ma'am. So we do have an internship program, and what we've started now is actually we have what they call a QR code. And with that QR code, and we can send that out to you guys, all you have to do is scan it and then basically put your information in there to get on the list. Because part of the internship program is basically a statewide program. And so, and in fact, I had a school county just yesterday was inquiring about that, because it's a very good program and they're really looking forward to doing that. So get with me and I can get it where we can send out the QR code, where you can go in and basically put your information in there and sign up.
So we have a supplier diversity group that we're going to make sure we get you in touch with. Let me also say, we have lineman positions all across, and they're always available. So if you know someone that's good with math, good with their hands, have them go to georgiapower.com and look at our jobs that are open. Our linemen who restore service and establish electric service can make over $100,000 a year. Our challenge when we're trying to get black engineers and black linemen to participate is sometimes we get to those students too late. And by that I mean there's something that's occurred that prevents us from hiring them. What we really want to try to do is get to those kids early. They're talented, and can make a lot of money and make a big difference in the community. So with that, thank you for your time and attention.
Thank you so much. I hope that was informative. Doreen, I thought we got to get our utility companies out to the meeting. That's right. We got to get Comcast next. And did we get AT&T? Yeah. Did we get AT&T last time? We got to get Comcast out there. Okay, no problem. We do it. Y'all get Georgia Power another hand. Yeah. DeKalb Realtors, thank you so much for sponsoring. Give them a hand. Dr. Glenn, come up and say good morning. I know you don't want to, but come on and say it anyway, because I'll be fighting with you next week, so at least let's calm down. Y'all get the principle about fines and Southwest DeKalb County. I had to come this morning.
Hey y'all, good morning. How's everybody doing? Good morning. My name is Thomas Galante. I'm the principal of Southwest DeKalb. And just honored to be able to partner with you all in the community. Of course, our brother Watson for all that he does for our community. And we're just excited about the great things that's going to come forward in 2023, right? And so thank you all so much for coming out and supporting this effort. And we look forward to just great things. Again, our home is your home. We're all a part of the community. So welcome to Southwest DeKalb, okay? Thank you.
You'll give me next week. We're almost ready to go. Let me just say good morning to Zipporah. Zipporah, stand up. Our former student. Did she leave? Where's Zipporah? Zipporah, stand up. Y'all give my studio. We had two other people wanted to just quickly to come up and say good morning. Senator Davenport and Commissioner Washington come up and say good morning, please. Real quick, y'all. Come on. 11 o'clock, I can tell them.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you all for coming all out in DeKalb. It's always good to be, since we're neighbors, to know what's going on in DeKalb, because everything in DeKalb always impacts Rockdale County, and it's so good to represent Rockdale County this morning. Lois Keith, another one. That's what we're gonna call it. What's that song that says another one? Another one. And congratulations, I love you, always will. NCNW, you all know that this is one of my heart organizations, so congratulations on another one. And DeKalb County, you all always make us proud. You all are one of the most innovative counties in the country, so I look forward to emulating all of the good things you all do in Rockdale County.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and good morning. Mr. Watson, you know, I can't move as fast as you can. You're much younger. So thank you so much for allowing me to be here today. I just love this. You know, when I first came over and saw this, I said, oh, I must do this for my community down in Clayton County. I represent the 44th Senate District, portions of Clayton County and portions of DeKalb, the South DeKalb area. Call me, I will respond to you. Thank you so much for all that you do. And Lois Key, you know, I'm a national, a life member of the National Council of Negro Women, and just love it. Thank you for all that you do. You've been to Clayton County for us. But if there's anything we can do, we will have a very controversial session this year. We will start on Monday, but we are there to fight for you. Well, we're there to advocate for you. And advocate on your behalf. So if there's anything you want us to do, we'll be there and we'll be doing it for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We're almost finished. Orrin Hudson, Orrin, come say good morning right quick. Just say good morning. Orrin does a lot in the community all the time, always people. No, you're not having a chance this morning. Say good morning.
Good morning, my name is Orrin C. Hudson, C for Checkmate. Checkmate means you win. It's not over until you win. What I do is I'm committed to teaching the young people how to choose peace instead of violence. I use a life-size chessboard to teach them 6 magic words. How many words? 6. Say take, time, to, think, things, through. Don't do the first thing that pops in your head. The first thing that pops in your head is a trap. You go to the jail. I went to the jail. I said, what did you do? He said the first time. What about you? I did the first time. Don't do it. Say pause, ponder, pray, pivot, proceed. I'm the only chess teacher in the world that puts up $1,000 for my students if they beat me to win. And I thank God for people like Dr. Lonnie Edwards, who, when I first moved to Atlanta, I didn't have anything. He said, here's my credit card. Get your few things. So, people, Lonnie Edwards, thank you. Orrin
Thank you, Orrin. All right. There's two things I want you to do for me again. Don't forget that you too can become a breakfast sponsor. We're going to do Pam's Corner today with Howard, chronic kidney disease. After Howard finishes, we'll do our benediction, but I want to ask everybody to come up. Since it's the first meeting of 2023, I want to take a picture with everybody up front before you leave, just to memorialize what we're doing and get ready to put it on Facebook, Instagram, those kind of things. So we'll do Pam's Corner, ask everybody to come up after that, and we'll do the benediction. We'll get out of here at 11 o'clock. Howard.
Thank you, sir. So we're going to talk real quickly about chronic kidney disease. How many of you know that chronic kidney disease is, well, first of all, there is a dialysis center on just about every corner in our community. Now, there's a reason for that, and that is because of the way that African Americans are actually tracked through the system based on your EGFR score. And so that actually got changed this year. There was a factor used on African Americans, different than any other group, to determine whether or not you qualify for kidney health services. But anyway, there are a number of things that affect the body. The kidney will take everything that goes through your body and filter it. Now, African Americans make up about 13% of the population, but we make up more than 35% of the chronic kidney disease cases. We know that African Americans generally don't get the state of the standard of care for diabetes care. And we want to make sure that you all are aware of the fact that there are a number of resources out there to ensure that you get access to those things. There are a couple of things that are actually big drivers of chronic kidney disease. One of them is diabetes. The other one is high blood pressure. And so we need to make sure that we do those things that affect our community to be healthy long-term in these spaces. High blood pressure is the number 2 cause of kidney failure. It causes about 1 out of 4 cases in the United States. African Americans get high blood pressure more often than most groups have. Almost 42% of African American adults have high blood pressure. How many of you had their blood pressure checked? Okay. High blood pressure affects African Americans differently. African Americans are 6 times more likely to get kidney failure from their high blood pressure than whites, and 1 in 5 African Americans are uninsured. If diabetes and high blood pressure and kidney disease are caught early, they usually can be managed. However, 1 in 5, or 20% of African Americans are not insured, thus their healthcare choices may be limited. So we have some tools that we want to get. When we mail out things, we'll mail out some things around chronic kidney disease. AstraZeneca has a nice infographic on taking you through the different steps to get access to quality health care. We need to be empowered as a community to make sure that we take this into our own hands. Nobody's going to do this for us. And so we want to make sure that you're all aware. And I'm blowing through this because we know we're at the end of our space, but we really want to do a more comprehensive program around chronic kidney disease or lung cancer, lupus, sickle cell, those things that are negatively affecting our community. We want to bring those resources back to this community. And with that, Commissioner Stan Watson, Representative Stan Watson, Honorable, I got some other names. When I got to town, Stan gave me his credit card. It didn't work for me.
Stop, Howard. You need to stop. We are going to close our doors now, but we wanted to make sure that we do Pam's Corner every meeting and make sure. Our next meeting will be February, the first Saturday in February. Make sure you invite your friends out. It's free breakfast, free information, and we're going to make it work. Here you go. You need your mic? AJ, how that look? Is that all right? I'm ready.
Hey, am I paying for that?
You may need a sponsor. We need a sponsor. We need a sponsor for it. One more, everybody. All right, everybody smile.
We don't really know.
Yeah, we're doing a video now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Coming through. Give you the best smile. You're on camera.
Thank you all. We'll see y'all on February 4th now. Bring a friend. We'll see y'all on February 4th. Make sure you bring a friend. On February 4th, Saturday, February 4th. We look forward to seeing you all. We're going to have a good breakfast. So, again, February the 4th, the first Saturday in February. Look forward to seeing you all. And we'll make sure we have some good information for you. Saturday, February the 4th. So put that on your calendar. Mark that on your calendar. Okay, and look on next door.
Get everybody to go back to that side, that southwest cab side, so we can take a picture.
Coming right now. Again, February the 4th, the first Saturday in February. Look forward to seeing you all. And we'll make sure we have some good information for you. Saturday, February the 4th. So put that on your calendar. Mark that on your calendar. Okay, and look on next door. Again,